Well, hello everybody. So here I have some yarn and some straight needles. This is 100% wool. It is not washable wool. This is feltable wool. It's by Valley Yarns. I love their wool. And we're going to see if we can get a swatch made for the bag. Somebody was wanting to know um, what it's like. So we're going to give you guys a little show. I'm just going to make a 4" by 4" swatch or thereabouts. And these are size 8 needle. And it's going to take a second to get them out. I am in my chair. Kevin is sitting next to me on the couch. So we are more apt to see fur babies. These are Addy Straights. Not sponsored. I bought these from the local yarn shop. They're just harder than heck to come out. There we go. I love the little hearts. And it does have the size on them. This is number 6. But we are going to get going here. And I'm just, I don't need much of a tail. Just need something to get going. So we've already got 2 stitches on our needle. We're just gonna, well, we already have a guest. This is Sweet Pea. This is my little girl. This is Grandma. This is Grandma, aren't you? There's little girl. All right, get down, get down. And here's Rudy. There's Rudy. There's a little boy. There's a little boy. Oh, such a loving baby. So now maybe we can get going again. I might have to have a bigger tail, but it's all right. If I do, I do. It's not that big of a deal because this is just a sample swatch. And I just need about 4 inches. If I was going to do an actual swatch for like a garment, I would do a 6-inch square. Just because you want that overall extra for relax, because you want to you want your stitches somewhat relaxed when you're doing a garment, because that way you're going to get your true number. This is just how I start. This is long tail cast on. Come on. And I don't use a slip knot. I just created one by accident, but I don't typically use a slip knot. I just, and I go. And we've got 2 stitches. Not a fan of slip knots. And I do cast on a little different than most, because most they they like to get it and just so that way it's more smooth. I don't like that. To me, I will take the extra time and make sure my cast on stitches are pretty much even. So if it takes me a little bit longer, that's fine. I'm not in a hurry. That's the whole point. It's about enjoying the process, not trying to be in a race. And I will not get, in this video, I will not get this entire swatch done, but this is just to let you guys know that I am starting the swatch, as I promised one of a viewer that I would show. So I'm keeping my promise. Now, once I'm done with the swatch, I'll have to make another one following. So that way you have a before, and after I felt it, you'll have an after. And I still might not have had enough. We'll have to see. My tape measure, it is in the shape. It is in a shape of a snail. Oh, we are at 4 inches. Actually, we're a little bit more than 4, but that's okay. It is perfectly fine. I've got one. We have 30 stitches. So I am just going to, when you're felting, you don't want any special stitches. You don't want cabled, because most of it will be washed away. Because once you get this done, you throw it in the washing machine. That's why you can't have superwash wool, because the process to get the superwash wool is a lot different. They take away the felting aspect. It might felt a little bit, but nothing like 100% wool when you agitate it and agitate it. And depending on depending on how much you want it felted, you just keep throwing it in washing and just until it's how you want it. The first wash, when it first felts, you should lose most. It should shrink the most. Um, the second and third, you'll lose a little bit, but typically not as much as the first. I really love Valley Yarn. It is really nice to work with. Is Tiny Tim over there? Mm-hmm. I figured we would have had more kids show up.
Yeah, before we're sleeping. Or
And this I will be working off camera because I got to start working with stuff off camera. So uh, I got to get my feet moving, and I don't want to put stuff on hold and come back to it later because that's too many whips for me. You know, there's people that's got 30, 40 whips, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I can't. No. I have a Smurfette blanket that I started um, when the yarn shop first opened, believe it or not. Now, I typically slip stitch, or I slip stitch. I typically slip the first stitch, um, but with this being just a swatch, I'm not doing that. I am just going, I am just knitting everything. And this, it, this will create a thicker fabric because you have the raised bumps on both sides instead of the stockinette stitch. I said that right. My brain isn't working too well today. But this is just, I'm just knitting back and forth. I'm not purling because like I was saying at the beginning, it's all going to be washed away. So as you can see, it's just little mini rows. And it's creating a really thick fabric. I could have probably went to a bigger needle, bigger size for this yarn, which is all going to be felted. And I will, once I have both my swatches done, I will have them side by side first to show that they are pretty equal. And then I will wash one, felt it, and then I will show them side by side again, the washed one and the unwashed one, to show the felting effect. And I'll probably be doing um, a lot of work off camera just so I can get stuff done. The clicking of my needles probably going to drive some of you crazy. if you can hear it. I hope you can't hear it, but you probably are. Last night at work, there was just me and one other person. Everybody else called off. And then what my boss had emailed me of what she needed done for today. When she got in this morning, she's like, she always, I love her to death because she'll come in and she's like, hey, how was your night? Did everything go okay? Do we need to talk in private? She's just wonderful. And I told her, I says, I'm like a bad news bear. And she was like, uh-oh. I said, well, the one guy had called off. He wasn't here. And I, I said, the line that you wanted to run, we couldn't run it. We ran it until we ran out of sheet. She's like, oh no, you got to be kidding me. I said, nope. I said, I scoured this plant looking for sheet. I did not find any. But I did give her a suggestion. I said, if you can get purchasing to okay for us to cut this sheet down, and I gave her the sheet number, and I said, we can cut it down and start rolling it. So she was gonna talk to purchasing to see if we can cut that sheet down, because purchasing has to go in and look at everything that is tied to that sheet, see if there's any upcoming orders, um, and how much we can use. I told her, I said, we're going to need 200 pieces cut down. That will give us 400 pieces. And she's like, okay. She's like, it is what it is. And then I said, the engineering guy was here and I was helping him because they're trying to get the CNC program. The fixture for the CNC was broken half. And it's like, yeah, you're going to have to get this fixed before you can fix the program. So he had me take it off the table and move it to the mold shop to be fixed. So I was just a barrel of good news today. And we had a safety training last night at 11. So that took time out of our day. It just seems like one thing after another. We just couldn't get going. But we did our best, and that's what she said. She's like, you guys did your best, and she's like, that's all I can ever ask for. She's like, it is what it is. And that's the other reason why I like her, even though we did our best, she wasn't demeaning us. She's really understanding, and as long as we did our best. There's some managers that even though you do your best, it's not good enough. I've had some of them. She's like our fifth manager. uh, but out of all of them that I've had, she's so far the best. I am not paying any attention to my yeah, and lost my train of thought. Tension. Not paying any because this is going to be felted. Most all your flaws outside of a big hole or drop stitches will be forgiven because when you felt this, it's just going to be going to shrink and it's going to be like a piece of cloth. So as I showed you guys on the bag that I'm making for the thumbnail for when I do the bag come learn with me video for the bag, uh, it's airy, but that's okay because it's all going to felt together. After this row, I will see how many inches we have. Oh, I thought I pulled it, but I have a habit I have a habit of that where I just straightening stuff out on my needle. Okay, I've got 1.5 inches. So just a few more inches to go. But there's my little test swatch. So we are almost half done. Because I want a 4-inch square. Or thereabout. Not quite 4 inches, but after this row, I guess we will call it a video. Have just a few more stitches. And then we will wake Tiny Tim up. Oh, there he is. I hear him. Okay, so there's that. We will set that aside for a minute. And come here, sweetie. Oh, come here, baby boy. Okay, here he is. Here's Tiny Tim. There he is. Oh, we woke him up. We woke him up. Bad hair day. Bad hair day. Hey, loves you. Where's Chupkin? Where's my Chupkins? All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, Daddy woke him up. Daddy woke him up. There's my Chupkins. Oh, that's a real bad hair day. Oh, there he is, my little baby boy. Oh, Dad's little baby boy. Oh, oh my goodness, he's just like a soft fur ball. He's like a little pom pom. He's like my little pom pom. Oh, Dad's little baby. You're all hair. Go there with your brother. Go there with your brother. Go back to sleep. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Okay? Bye.